Hello, people of the internet. My name is Muhamad Reihan, and for about 4 years, give or take, I've been studying English language and literature in UPI. As you can tell by the title of the video, to get straight to the point, I'm going to tell you two things. First is my experience in college. Second is how to scrape by your literature classes in UPI. Uh, You might be wondering how am I qualified to tell you anything, let alone how to pass classes in college. And to that, I would like to say, you're right, I'm probably not qualified to tell you about anything. But what I can tell you is I can give you my experiences and I can give you my failures. To quote the millionaire investor Warren Buffett, it's good to learn from your mistakes. It's better to learn from the mistakes of others. That's what I want to give you, dear viewer. I want you to learn from my mistakes and I want you to succeed where I have failed. So, to begin, how's my college experience so far? Well, going to college gives you a lot of freedom. But I've also realized something important. Freedom isn't actually all that great. Before coming to college, I just did the things that other people told me to do. And now I have all this freedom, I just don't know what to do with it. I mean, I can't even decide what flavor of Indomie I'm going to eat. And now people expect me to figure out what I'm going to do for the rest of my life? That's crazy. And before coming to college, people always told me to follow your dreams, do this, do that. But now I realize that dreams aren't actually all that great because it's more to do with the people around you and your attitude towards things. So you don't need to get a A on every test. You don't need to get a 4.0 GPA. There is too much to expect from someone, much less everyone. And the reason you went to college is you wanted to learn about new things. You wanted to learn about yourself, you wanted to learn about others, and you wanted to have new experiences. Yes, moving on from that, what am I going to tell you about passing your literature classes? Well, for that, I'm going to give you two pieces of advice. The first piece of advice is about how to read a book. The second piece of advice is about how to write an essay. So, very easy, right? Well, you might also be wondering, hey, I know how to read a book, but there is a very big difference between reading for self-enjoyment and reading for academic reasons. Because not all the books you're going to read are going to be exciting, not all of them are going to be entertaining. Reading books can be very tedious, and because of that tedium, people usually turn to online summaries. I mean, that's what I did. But while online summaries are good for an overview of a certain book, it can never give you the full understanding of the book. And the second thing, if you're like me and you have a problem with having a short attention span, I would recommend you listen to an audiobook. But do not multitask. Do not play video games while listening to the background. Do not do something else while listening to the audiobook. If you're gonna listen to an audiobook, you're gonna sit down, you're gonna open your book, and you're gonna read along to the audio. This way you can be engaged with the reading and understand the full context of the book. Now you know how to read a book. Next, I'm going to tell you how to write an essay. In an essay, you usually focus on the characters, the themes, or the symbolism of the story. And when you're writing an essay, the teacher usually tells you to make a thesis and then support it from evidence from the book. But in my opinion, this is backwards logic because I haven't even read the book. So how can I have a thesis? Because of this, my advice is first to read the book first and then write your thesis later. Because your thesis will evolve uh, will evolve along with you while you're reading the text. Uh, Next, it's a bit hard to focus when you're reading a book, so my advice is to write annotations. Uh, uh, Annotations. Annotations are supposed to be references, meaning you write down what parts of the story you think are important. For example, if a character is having an important moment, you write down their name, what they are feeling at the time, and what they are doing at the time also. This way, you can have an outline of the story, and after you have read the book, after you written the thesis, you can go back to this annotation and pick which ones are relevant to your thesis. And while you're writing your essay, keep in mind that literature, uh, keep in mind that everything is subjective, and that in literature, and literature is not like math, where 1 plus 1 is 2. In literature, you cannot claim that your thesis is 100% correct and that this person did this because of this. But what can you do is you can you can argue that your thesis is valid and gives textual evidence to support it. And now you know how to read a book, you know how to write an essay, and you know how to keep subjectivity in mind. Uh, I hope everything in this video helps you. My name is Muhamad Reihan. Good morning, good evening, good night, and goodbye.